AGS Ultimage, brought to you by Essential Oils and Essences. Infuse your environment with their natural Reiki and crystal-infused Yogini Girl essential oil sprays to lift the energy of your space and body. Available in 4 unique scents: invigorating citrus and herb bliss, soothing floral calm, intoxicating and sensual love, and classic clearing. Try one today.
Hey Scorpios, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your channeled forecast for the month of December. Hey guys, I do personal readings. They start at just $20. If you're interested, go to hesultimage.com, spelled just like the channel. Alright, that said, let's continue to your reading. Alright, so, first one, and this is kind of our key concept of the month here, key message for the month. Reflect on misconceptions this month. Okay, things that you're not seeing as clearly or that you're misseeing. Okay, not misseeing, misconceiving, but that's a repetition. I would say like that you're not evaluating clearly through others. All right, because it's a people month, okay? It's a month about connections and people. All right, okay. If you have felt out of control, intoxicated, disorderly, etc. Like basically I felt disoriented in some way. All right. And disoriented I would say is the best blanket for this. It all ties back to this misconception. All right, so I'm thinking it has to do with a misconception about a person or even like maybe a group of people or a workplace or things like that. Or a social group if you're friends with a few different people and maybe you think it's like friend politics and things like that, okay? Those are just a few different shades of how this can take form. All right. You will find focus by discovering what is casting a shadow over your judgment. All right? So really it is about evaluating why you don't understand certain people or what you think you see in certain people, that if you just kind of tilted your perspective a little or talked a little more to them, you might just find that they're not quite as bad as you thought they would be. Because that's what it's about this month, too. This month, I literally got, it's not about making a miracle happen and, like, you just totally getting that person. It's about just doing enough work to understand their point of view a little more or bridge the gap between you just a smidge so that you can, you know, have a successful interaction or work well together if it's a coworker. It's really about just this little like tweak that occurs that helps you, you know, be able to like let bygones be bygones and even, you know, coexist, co-function, etc. And you know, this can play out as friendships where it's like the frenemy thing. For some people, that's a thing that tends to play out in their lives. For some people, again, it might be like a coworker, it could be a family member who maybe you never see eye to eye with, and maybe just tweaking it a little bit, then you can actually just like interact and, you know, be cordial is kind of the thing too, because the energy of being cordial, being diplomatic, that was like a big energy here too. And I'm definitely going to wind up repeating a few of these things through the bullet points, but I wanted to bring this all out now because it's kind of coming full circle here. Okay. All right, give me 1 second, go into more bullet points here. This will not happen in the snap of a finger. And I already gave this to you a little bit, but literally I was so like, it's not going to be like this, that you're all of a sudden going to love this person, or all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my god, I could work with this person every day, or like, or oh, I love them now. It's not about that. It's not about totally just changing completely how you feel about somebody. It's about like, I want to say this, it's almost like, it's like when you go, okay, I admit I was wrong about something, and then all of a sudden everything got better because of it. Because again, whatever the misconception is you have of this person, it's dampening your success in other parts of life, whether that's, you know, with friends, if it's just a misunderstanding that's making you hold some form of grudge, or family, the same thing. Or maybe you feel like people might not accept you for certain parts of your identity, and you just make that snap judgment without having actually known it for a fact. Because that's the other thing. It feels like some of these might even be notions that you just arrived at because it's a misconception. Like they could be theories that you have about people that just aren't necessarily accurate. And then once you do just a little bit of uh surveillance, so to speak, and just communicates a little bit more with that person, then you'll find that there are parts of them that are, more understandable or more redeeming, and therefore allow you to have a more successful communication and more successful interaction with that person. Again, depending on the function that they hold within your life, that will influence, what you get out of it in the end, basically. And again, okay. Again, how I said it's not like the snap of a finger. Here's the other thing that I got. Oh, that's the other thing. You have to really dive in was the other thing about that. So it's like you have to just go ahead and try with that person and not worry about the consequences of trying, basically. Because I feel like in this month for December, you already aren't thrilled about that person, so you would have an incredible amount of trepidation to even dip your toe into the pool and go, okay, I'm going to talk to them, or try and strike up a conversation with them, because it's technically somebody you're not very excited about to begin with. All right. So you have to be able to take that step in a, bold new direction, basically, to discover something special this month about how you see others too, or how you might have arrived at a judgment that wasn't correct. All right. Here we go. People are not always who they appear. All right. So again, that goes back to the whole, not judging the book by its own cover, not deciding upon what a person really thinks or feels without them actually conveying that. That's really important. This is really the prior conceptions can be deceiving. If it's not based on evidence. All right. Okay. If you feel like oh, okay. If you feel like you're okay, this was the direct energy given to me. If you feel like you and the other person are like magnets that repel each other, was literally what I got. So when you're trying to get those two magnets to go and then they push further apart, that's the person. All right. If you shift a little, like I've been saying, whether that's like, diving in and just trying to do surveillance, like I was saying. So it's not even necessarily about you have to be buddy-buddy with the person, but just to, give them a chance, give you a chance to even, try and give them the benefit of the doubt. Here we go. You can get a tad closer. This is literally what I got from the magnets. Here it is, guys, because this was literally my higher self's mime into it. All right. It was like there were the opposing magnets, and then it was like, they just got a little bit closer. So again, it's like it's not about making miracles happen this month with this other person. It's about getting just that little bit closer enough that you can see eye to eye. It might be that it's that person in the office who you just totally couldn't stand, and then all of a sudden now you give them a little like wave hi or like a nod or something, and that's something, It's better than where you started. Or it could be someone who's like a coworker, maybe you work in the same department or on projects together and you never like their ideas, and then maybe all of a sudden they come up with something and you go, wow, that person actually has some real merit, and I misjudged that person. It could be, again, things with friends as far as like, in the one scenario, it's like maybe somebody was like a real frenemy with you and like you were always trying to one-up each other, and then all of a sudden you see them at a vulnerable point or something, or they let slip something that's very humane and very true, and then you go, wow, I shouldn't be so critical with them, and I shouldn't try and, push myself so hard to outdo them when they are hard on themselves, or something of that nature. This is what's going to happen this month. It's going to be you getting to see somebody for a more authentic version of who they are. And then that's going to, kind of like, blow open a new kind of like door in your mind where you can see that person differently. All right. Okay. And again, just to bridge you just a little bit more. So it's like you can be more cordial, you can be more diplomatic, you can have some level of interaction. But again, that isn't like buddy-buddy, but it's something. All right. Okay. This is a more noble approach. And in this way, you shed your own misconceptions in general. All right, so again, it's like when it comes to, it's kind of like taking the high road in the smallest way. Like, yeah, it's literally like it's not this tremendous undertaking that's going on here. It's just that, you know, by making this little kind of move of progress, that it's just you going about life in a better way for you and for your perspective as well. All right. And then this was kind of the lesson summed up. If I just work a little harder at connecting with people and, you know, therefore seeing people more authentically because it's based on evidence and based on what's being provided to you, not what you're just deciding because you make judgments about other things that the person does superfluously or externally, you know, without a direct conversation, I will be more successful. All right. So again, if I just work a little harder at connecting with people, again, genuinely, I will be more successful. And again, that's more successful with, you know, being able to work side by side with people, even if it's not directly, to be more diplomatic, to be more understanding. And again, if it plays out with matters of family, then to be more connected and to understand that, you know, that this person might have more to share with you than you would think, or that they could be more accepting than you think, okay? But again, it's not like you're gonna be all cozy and cuddly. It's just that you're gonna be able to be like, yeah, yeah, I get it. I see you. All right. So that said, Scorpios, that is your December. Again, if you want a reading from me, hesultimage.com, spelled just like the channel, and I will see you later.